Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'm very glad to be here, and let me congratulate for the organizers because we were a very interesting presentation. And as you know, for the situation in Europe is very difficult. And my presentation also, unfortunately, there are no alternatives because I visited all hundreds of congress last year, and I think most of my presentation in years ago, where I showed that those tobacco growers who picked tobacco production couldn't find any alternatives. And that it's not so it's not easy. And unfortunately, we can see that the activities support finding alternatives and support the development of methods for the greens and support everything instead of production. It's not easy. So I work at University of Debrecen, and my research field is tobacco production. And I see now that the situation is very, very difficult, and I see it for a long time. And that's why I decided to visit the United States. And I tried to figure out how the Americans growers and how the American tobacco market works on the United States. The United States, which is the fourth largest tobacco production third growers country in the world. And that's why last year I spent 6 weeks in the United States. And during this time, I visited the United States Department of Treasury in Washington, D.C. And I visited the University of Kentucky. I met with agricultural experts and researchers at the tobacco sector. And I visited the North Carolina University also. And I met with grower associations. And I was in the field, and I visited many farmers, farmers there, and I visited also the first professor plant in the US. And what I saw very shocking, so it surprised me a lot, because I found out that the situation, the tobacco situation in the United States, as difficult like in the So the American growers have the same difficulties. There's no subsidy, there's no quota system, and the price are very low, and the costs are very high. Mainly the labor costs. In the United States, there's no workers who can work in the field, so they have to pay their workers from school. And they have to organize all the paperwork that they can keep their jobs. And the Mexican workers come about 4 or 6 months and work in the fields. Their salary is $9 per hour, it's €7 per hour. Their profits higher than my university salary. And they bring accommodation also, and the market is very stable. And this is because the tobacco growers and all the tobacco sector is stigmatized in the United States and the whole world. So the situation is changing higher. And when I saw that, I just believe that, okay, so it's not true that in developed countries the tobacco production is a very, very important sector. Is in that sector, both in America and both in the European Union. And I try to find reasons why it's happening and what's happening in this sector. And before I told you, I just want to show you the facts. I'm an agricultural economist, so I believe in facts, measures, and numbers. And the facts in the following. The number of smokers is increasing in the world. It's increasing because of the population is also increasing in the world, and because of the living standard in developing countries is rising. So if we think that the rate of the smokers in the population doesn't change, then we can be sure that the number of smokers will be changing and will be increasing the next years. In link with that, the world tobacco production is also growing. But this increasing is not true in everyone, because if we look at this pie chart, we can see the share of the tobacco production by regions in 2000 and 2012. And we can see that the share of the Americas decreased, and the tobacco production and the share of Europe has fallen in half in the last 12 years. And the share of Asia is increasing mainly due to the Chinese production. In China, the production is increasing by 3.9%. I think you all know the situation in the European Union. If you see the picture, you can see that after the new CAP reform in 2006, the tobacco production in the European Union has fallen. Unfortunately, it's crazy. The new CAP reform in 2006 had affected mainly the old member of the European Union. So in this figure, you can see the change in the old members of countries. Green along with the situation the blue is 2012, and the red one is the change. You can see that the production is everywhere increased, and in Greece is Virginia, the tobacco production is finished in that time. And the only tobacco was the oriental tobacco which remains in Greece. And the situation in the United States. The situation in the United States is very similar to the situation in the EU. Before 2005, there was a quota in the United States, and there was a price support in the United States also. In 2005, there was a program called tobacco buyout, where these supports came. And now there is no support, as I mentioned before, and there's no price support. And which is very surprising that there's nobody work on the tobacco sector at the USDA. So there's no official data right now on how many hectares, how many tobacco has grown in the United States, which is, as I told before, the fourth largest tobacco growers. You can see the number of farms in the US. You can see the situation in 2002, 2007, and here 2012. The number of support was in 2002, it's almost 57,000, which decreased in 16,000 by 2007, and now there are about 10,000 tobacco farms, which is 22% increase since 2002 and 38% from 2007. On the other hand, you can see that the average size of the farm is growing. So in 2005 the average size was 3 hectares, and now it's about 40 hectares. It's because the reason that, of course, that the small producer and the small farmers treat the tobacco production, because it's very difficult with this 1 hectare and 2 hectare area find anything else to produce profitably. But the crop value, as you can see, in 2012 it reached the level of 2008. So why that in these developed countries the policymakers initiated the tobacco protection? What's the reason? And usually they say 2 reasons. One of them because the tobacco is not competitive in this area. And my answer for that is not exactly true. Because its support, it is competitive. And I show you in 2012 that in every unit support which gave the state for the tobacco growers, returned 3 times back for the state. Because the tobacco production requires fertilizers, equipment, and day labor, and there's a tax after that materials also, and there's a tax after the labor, and the first processor also paid taxes for the state. So in every unit support, it runs 3 times. The other result, or the other thing that they usually say, that it's because the tobacco is the main cause of the death of the smoking. You mentioned just some minutes ago. And I think it's untrue also, because I read a paper and several papers that said that the first cause of the death at the present time, is the cardiovascular diseases and the metabolic diseases. And the background of the cardiovascular diseases and the metabolic diseases are, for example, the refined sugar. So I would like to ask you, have you ever seen in your jacket the picture of a roasted beef? Or could you imagine in your whiskey box, in your bottle of whiskey, the picture of the fatty liver? So I don't know why that to make difference in tobacco products. And of course, these regulations want to protect the smokers, to protect the health of the people, and that's why in Hungary, a survey was carried out that find out what the opinions of the customers for this regulation, that is any effect of the regulation on the smoking, really, and the production also. During I showed before the change of the production in the European Union, I'd like to mention that in the same time the consumption decreased in 5%. So while the production has fallen in half, the consumption decreased in 5%, the legal consumption. So we made a survey, and it was a very complex survey, and I would like to present us the main findings and the main results. The respondents were 28% non-smokers and 42% smokers. The smokers mainly was regular smokers, and there was about 5% who smoked a few times a week, and about 1% who smoked daily or at the right side you can see the respondents by age. And we asked the smokers what kind of products they consume, memory, and the 60% of these said that they buy cigarettes, and the 30% at the oil woman, which is a very, very huge increase in Hungary because this wasn't significant in some years ago, the oil woman products. And 10% said the others, like cigarettes, and 1% said cigars, for example. We asked how many cigarettes consume daily. You can see that most people said that about half of it cigarettes consumed, followed by 1 pocket and some stick. Okay. I don't know that you have any information about the Hungarian specialty, like national tobacco shops, and which is a new selling point in Hungary. Established in 1st of July 2013. By that time, the cigarette consumption was free, so there were more than 44,000 selling points. And after that, the state said that they regulate the tobacco commerce, and just those can sell cigarette product or the tobacco product who open the national tobacco shops. The national tobacco shops is under regulation. You can see the outlook of the pictures of the national tobacco shops. And the regulation is that you can open a shop in every 2,000 inhabitants. So, for example, in a village that 1,400 inhabitants lives, there can be just one shop, and if 2,001 people living in this area, you can open 2 shops. But it's unfortunately very, very, so it's a lot of little village where just some hundreds of people live. There was nobody who can open this kind of shop because it's very expensive usually. So our government made the tender, and the people tendering for the right concession right at the national tobacco shops. And we asked the respondents that what was the situation their first age before the national tobacco shops, and they said that about 67% of them go from store and kiosk the tobacco products, and about 10% people supermarkets, about 10% gas station. You can see 4.4% about restaurants, and they said about 8% who bought the tobacco product not legally. And they asked what happened after the tobacco show, the national tobacco show. And the answer was that 82% now buy the like the tobacco products in not legal way. So, yeah, it was just one day. I think I read the data of the National Customs Administration Office, which said that in the first 6 months in 2014, the legal cigarette market has fallen half. So I think the non-legal and the legal market has a bigger share, unfortunately, in the market. And after that, we asked their opinions on the regulations, and the survey covered the health warning picture, the boxes, the health warning labels, the regulation of selling places, the regulation of smoking spaces, such as the public places, the banning of the public places, the hospital sector, the workplace, the levels of the single fines, regulation of ingredients, taxation and rising price, and the protection of minors. I would like to show you or present the results separately, the smokers and the non-smokers cases. They had to point in a 5-point scale that they strongly disagree with that, neither agree or disagree, agree or strongly agree with the regulation. You can see the results. This is the answer of the smokers. This part means the strongly disagree, the red ones disagree, the yellow is the neither disagree or agree, the green one is the agree, and this one is the strongly agree. So you can see that the only thing, the only regulation which is with the smokers agree was the protection of minors. But in several cases they reduced these regulations. And in this chart you can see the last one on smokers, which is not surprised that they agree with most of them, but there were several points with the non-smokers can't agree as well. For example, the regulation on selling places or the fines, the regulation on ingredients and the flavorings, and the taxation of the rising tax. So while we said that this regulation is because to protect the health of the smokers, the non-smokers, it's because of the smokers. There are several points where the non-smokers can't agree with the regulation. And another addition for this chart, when I asked the smokers, for example, that they can agree or not with the health warning picture on the boxes, for example, and they said no, in more than 40% who was strongly disagree, and about 20% disagree, you can see that. And after that, they asked also that is an influence for their tobacco consumption, for example, the picture of the boxes. And they clearly said that no influence. They don't care about it. Okay, so my conclusion, that despite the rising demand of tobacco production has fallen largely to the level of tariffs. Consumption has also declined, but the rate of this wasn't commensurate with the decline of the production. Some regulation, but they don't achieve their original aims. Many times generate a serious change and problems in production and the legal cigarette markets. Instead of banning and fines, retailing the lower risk products should be highlighted. And in the field of tobacco production, which has several positive effects, like job creation and taxes by the tobacco kongresszusán, should have implemented such measures which help maintain the production and the produce high-quality control product next to the incentive of converting the tobacco from developed areas. Just one comment, for example, instead of the state increase the tax, the excise tax on the cigarette, for example, they should have a choice for the manufacturers that motivate them to use the tobacco from their countries, and maybe that the increasing of the tax